started.
Okay, so I have my pastry cloth down. I've put flour on it, and there's probably, I would say, maybe 2 tablespoons of flour on there. I've got my rolling pin cover on, and the first thing you do is roll your rolling pin through the flour so that you coat that too. I have my discs that I made the other day, and I wrap them in that Glad cling wrap because it seals them real well and keeps them fresh so they don't get hard. But you can use any kind of cling wrap. This gets a little tricky sometimes to get back off again. I got my pie pans ready to go. So when you first start, you're going to want to just give a little bit of smash to your disc all the way around, trying to keep it as much as you can in a circle shape. Then as soon as you get it to be about, what is that, 4 inches across?
More than that.
More than that? Okay, you're gonna flip it. Rob's better with that than I am. And keep working and turning. That's the big thing. You wanna keep working and turning it. If you feel it's starting to stick in any place, you wanna make sure you flour again. And you'll notice that I have more pressure on the right side than I do on the left. So now I'm just going to work on the left-hand side to try to keep it an even thickness. And I'm watching all my edges. Then when I get it to be close to pie pan size, I'm going to start doing longer strokes and making sure that the edges are the same thickness. Now, I was always taught to roll a pie crust thin. Some of you prefer thicker pie crust, so you could have stopped sooner. Mine is very thin, and I go around the edges and I feel to see. Now this side here is still a little bit thicker than the other side, so I'm gonna just work on that edge just a little bit. When you're ready to pick it up, it's real easy. You take the corners of your pastry cloth and you flip it over. You take your pie pan, and this pastry picks up very easily, doesn't break or very often or crumble, and you put it into your pan. Don't worry a whole lot about any folds like that. Do look for places where my fingernail went through and close those up. And then you want to make sure that you seat it into the pan so that it's well pressed in without pounding it too much. Then what I do is I take my scissors, and this is going to be for a single shell pie, probably for my custard pie that I make. So I'm cutting off the excess. And now all this excess I will reuse because you can roll this twice. This recipe works very well to roll twice. So I put it over here and save it, and when I get enough, I'll either roll another pie shell or I will use it for my lattice toppings. And sometimes I even roll those the day before and put them in plastic and save them. So now what I'm doing is pushing the edges in so that I can crimp it. And it's a movement of going around. Now, you can take your time with this, but because I'm going to be doing 15 today, I'm more worried about getting it done than making it exact. So you pinch with your thumb and your index finger of your left hand, because I'm a right-hander, and you push with the index finger of your right hand. And if your nails are too long, you may have to trim them because they can cut through. Okay, so there's a little spot that's a little weak. So you take one of your crumbs and just stick it in there to add to it. And then when this is all done, because this is for a custard pie that I'm going to fill and bake again, I'm going to take this and pre-bake it, just 8 to 12 minutes. So if you come over here, I have one already ready, that's ready for pre-baking. You take your pie pan, you put foil in it, and you fill it with beans. Then you put it in the oven, 8 to 12 minutes, and it's done for pre-bake. Then I'll be baking the custard in it. If I'm going to do another one for like a banana cream pie that I want it fully baked, after 8 to 12 minutes, I'll take the beans out and I'll bake it for another couple minutes until it browns up. And that one is then totally baked. That's it.